Hi folks, and welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4. Now before we jump into our adventure with Austria today, I've got three things I want to say. First, if you're watching this in the UK this weekend, please do take care. That is a crazy ass storm out there. It's kind of dangerous, so just stay safe and I hope you have a great weekend. Secondly, I'm going back to Ukraine in February. We're doing another fundraiser run and we're going to take an ambulance back there and deliver it to help save lives, just like the one we did in September. If you're interested, we're actually looking for volunteers, maybe a pair of volunteers who would fundraise and drive and come along with a convoy with us in September. Get in touch on the Discord if you think you might be able to do that or would like to get involved and come on a journey with us, doing something really good and really useful. And thirdly, Merry Christmas, everyone. It is that time of year, so let's keep things light and enjoyable and hope you have a great season, despite the weather and despite whatever horrible things are going on in the world. All right, so back to our adventure as Austria. In the last couple of episodes, we managed to expand our initial tiny little empire into taking over Hungary, parts of Romania, and a little bit of Yugoslavia. I don't know if do we have war goals against the rest? No, so we're going to have to figure out what we need to do. But more immediately, we're trying to bring some of Poland into the fold and see what options that then brings us. And we do have a war goal against Czechoslovakia, which, as long as they're not being guaranteed by anyone, they're guaranteeing okay, they are being guaranteed by the French Commune. That's kind of awkward. That's kind of awkward. But we will see what we can do with that. We need to get our army developed and things moved on. So let's roll the cameras, roll the dice, and see where we get. The United Kingdom's declared war on Iraq. Okay. Oh, we were going to develop some sort of basic air force. We're in 1939. We do have this. We don't have the experience yet. We're trying to put someone... that's the problem. Right, okay. Let's get there's the cannons. Let's get the heavy machine guns. Because I would like to start building aircraft. The reason why we don't have any air experience is because what we kind of need to do after this is to go and spend some points in here. And that'll give us some experience to work with, and we can design our first couple of aircraft, which will be nice. But having to spend all our political power... I didn't see what that was. That rolled up far too fast. I hope it was nothing important. It was something about these guys. Anyway, we will find out when the time comes. So we're having to spend all our political power trying to convert these countries to the cause. And when we've done that, I don't know where we're going next, because that is going to be something new to me, and it's going to be a bit of an adventure. So we've got integrate the former subject in Poland. If we send the request now, they will very likely accept. We don't know what this is going to do, because we've seen it before, where very likely accept doesn't mean they're actually very likely to accept. So we shall see what develops. And then, these are two very nice things we've got here. So we'll jump onto this one first. Heeding the call of duty. I think, if I've got that right, that one is going to make a big difference to our recruitable population factor. I sincerely hope so, anyway. If we go over here, though, now this is what we need to kind of pay attention to over here. We've got, right, okay. So if we were going to control or proclaim the Austrian Empire, that is something that we wish to do. What is that one? Conscription costs, loads of other things. We don't. We'd have to control Czechoslovakia to do that. I need to see if we can do that without getting into a major war with France. And the thing is, France doesn't have a direct land route to Czechoslovakia, so maybe couldn't send them troops anyway. But we have to... we have to choose. I decided that was the better one to go through. But this gives us more immediate gains. God damn, that makes life awkward. Let's see if we can take Albania. So that gives us options to take Albania, which is down here, right? The Albanian Kingdom. Okay, they might be open to this. This might be a thing. This might be a thing. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's see, can we put anything into production here? It's saying we're short on artillery, so I'll stick a factory in there. And then we will work out what we're doing with them after that. As to supplies and everything else, I mean, what are we short of? Rubber and tungsten. I don't think we have any tungsten supplies. Nothing in the Empire at the moment. We might... I don't think we'll snatch anything from Poland, will we? Is there anything in Poland? No. If we get this bit, if we get the lower bit, it's some oil and some steel, which is kind of cool. There's tungsten in Czechoslovakia. I think we risk a war with France. Are they in a massive faction with anyone? The docking rights. Oh, okay. Okay, this isn't very good. Selling equipment, market access, guaranteeing the independence of these countries. But that's okay. Alright, so we'd go to war with France, but they're not in a faction. As yet. Civil war over there is kicking off and doing nothing. We're just going to wait and see. This is all we can do. We need to build an army. We need to get some experience. If we have to stop arsing about with this is great, because then we can put generals and other stuff in as the heads of armies. Oh, we can't do that yet, though, can we? Because I need to unlock a focus before I can put a general in. Yeah, it's a complicated path, is the path of Austrian empirical desires. Poland folds. Welcome to the Archduchy of Austria. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Oh, I'm on supply mode. Hang on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. State owner, Poland. Did I misread that? I think I must have misread that. Non-aggression pact. It said they folded. Does it update it the next day? Right, absolutely nothing happened there. Absolutely nothing happened. Did I misread? I must have misread that. That said they were joining us. I feel like I've been ripped off. Do I reload the game? I think we're reloading the game. Let's load the game back in. Where's the last autosave? This was on the 1st of May. I'm loading that one back in. Because, bear with me here. I'm sure that said it said they folded. I'm not making this up. I'm definitely not making this up. Decisions. Have we moved on from that? Is that completely broken? 1st of May should have been past that. Right, screw it. We're loading back in. We are loading back in. We're going to do this the awkward way. So I saved on the 1st... Oh, maybe it was after that. The 5th of May. 1st of March. Let's load in. I don't want to do a full shut the game down and start up again. But we may do that, if that's the case. Right, so that's on. So let's just run through this. We get the focus. We got the bombs. We go for the heavy machine guns. That's fine. Let's get those researched. And United Kingdom declares war on Iraq. That's fine. On Iran. Okay. UK and SFR Yugoslavia changes their diplomatic status to cancel a non-aggression pact. We may have to be careful of that. But we should be getting this nearly completed. And I'm going to run this again. They're very likely to accept. We'll see if that actually is the case. That's going to finish any second. Nope, we're on pause. That's why. There we go. Heeding the call of duty. I was going to ask about... I'm going to leave the Albania one. In case, I don't know, something I've done triggered a mistake somewhere. And I think... What does this give us? This gives us 2 military factories. That one gets some generals out of retirement. That is for our artillery MIO, which is less than exciting. This one gives us attack and defense on core territory, which isn't bad, and there are some nice things in there. The industrialization effort. Oh, should we do some of this? The papal support, stability and political power, which we absolutely could do with. So let's roll that one over. And the military factories, we'll just stick in artillery for now. Right, so pay close attention, folks. I want to see what happens here. And you might be screaming in the comments now, Mark, you blind idiot. They refused the first time and you misread it. But I'm going to read it properly this time. I'm sure it's always said so-and-so folds and then they join in. But who would it be talking to? Because you should get this area down here. Mexican junta has been annexed. I think Canada. Has Canada broken away from the UK? That's awesome if that's the case. Right, Poland folds. Response from the Polish leadership is one that is most welcome. They will lay down arms and not fight back as we integrate what is rightfully ours. Clearly, they have seen the value of not plunging their nation into a meaningless war over matters such as this. So Krakow, Stanislavov, and Lvov, known as Lviv now, becomes owned and controlled by the Archduchy of Austria. And it doesn't. It's bollocksed. Right, okay. So the game's balked. Very, very nice. Okay, very, very nice. I have no war goal. We don't even get a foreign claim on that. Okay, so the game is shafted. What do we do from here? I mean, I guess we take them by force. I mean, I don't have a big enough army to do anything here. Can we recruit? We're recruiting more guys. I can't actually surround them on all sides. Well, interesting. Okay. Things have gone wrong. There's nothing more we can do about it, but we are going to try and expand. That's original Poland as well. No faction. That's how it starts off, and they've got that. Yeah, I don't get that. It's just... It's just broken. Okay. So we've got papal support. The Pope loves us. We're going to go for... We're going to take Albania. Because why not? And I actually now need to think about getting some generals and air force and everything else in place. There's not much we can do yet because I can't put chief... Oh, I can. Oh, did I do this? All right, we'll put him in then. We'll put a chief of the army in. And we've got the heavy machine guns. We'll get survivability studies. So we're ready to research some awesome aircraft the moment they become available. Right. Thank you very much, game. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate your efforts in trying to hold me back here. Do we want... Let's take a cavalry division out. Do I actually want mountaineers? Mountaineers are very useful. So let's take the mountaineers out of there. Do you have any? You do not. Right, put them in. I'm going to change... No, we've... Oh, look at that. Attack of 9. That is awesome. Right, so we're going to put a mountaineer guy in here. There is one. I'm sure there's another one. General Valentin Feuerstein. So we've come across our first bug in the game, which does suck. But it is what it is. And we're going to put... change all those to the Schnell division. And stick them in a separate army. And we will change the colour. What was Austrian cavalry? It was... Well, Austrians used to have like a white uniform, didn't they? That's a bit silvery. I can't choose white. That's a shame. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I've never actually had a white army in the game. But we don't have any cavalry commanders, which is a shame. So I'm going to have to put a Panzer General in there, which, you know, it's kind of the same thing, right? Just, we'll go combined arms. It's kind of the same. Near enough. Anyway, some civilian factories. I am absolutely gutted about this. Well, we kind of expect bugs in these games, but what really annoys me is that has worked in the 2 test runs, and that was as far as I ever got. I've never tried to take Albania. I've never done any further than that, but I have seen that work, which is really annoying that it's not actually working now. But it is what it is. So we'll move on. See if I can grab any super important resources anywhere. I'm going to take some here for extra aluminium. We do have some civilian factories now at last. And we'll probably just want some more militaries after that, so I'll stick another military on to go straight in. We don't have enough aircraft at the moment to be worth building extra airfields. And the problem is, I would love to attack in across here, but the Czech army is going to be big. And that's going to be kind of hard to take, going over the mountains like this. Yeah, That's going to be a challenge. Right, let's at least get our forces built up. Your guys are fully trained. Everyone else... Oh, you can do it with a bit more training. We will probably alter the cavalry divisions. Get rid of these Hussar templates that we're not using. And let's take a little look. So this is currently far too weak to be of much use, but I could... I mean, if we're going to use it at all, let's slap some cavalry in. And let's get the... Let's go for the good old... Wait, am I using this? No, we've got a separate police force. That's fine. Let's go for mobile. We want motorized artillery. Can I afford this? Can I afford one more? Motorized artillery. Save. So the cavalry, because we can't afford to build trucks, but we can afford to put some cavalry in, which will give... It's not so much that it's better at breaking through than the infantry, because it isn't. But what it is better at is exploiting a breakthrough and just moving a bit faster. So we're going to go with that for now and realize we have 0 manpower. What are we on? Limited conscription. Might be able to go for that one. Dutch East Indies was puppeted. The Democratic Party CHU was put in power in the Netherlands. Okay, interesting. Things are moving on over there. Let's see, what should we build? What would be super useful? Oh, maybe a land warfare or an air warfare. Certainly no naval warfare. That would give us tanks. Do you know what? This is a bit of an expensive project. I'm going to build it and screw it, and we're going to do that. And then we're going to try and develop flamethrower tanks because they're light and cheap and they can support all our units together. So we've got options for Albania. I don't necessarily know what I want to go down here just yet. Switzerland gets the Archduchy of Austria demands our integration. They're more likely to accept if we are stronger than them. The problem with that... Let's just see what Switzerland is guaranteed by. No one at the moment. So we could do this and we are stronger and they might just accept. But if I do integrate them, then I have a border with France. And if I go to war with these, I am at war with France. Whereas at the moment I can just hide out the way. So I don't know what to do. Right, what's going to happen with Albania? At the moment we don't have the choices. I think that's going to update in just a moment. Let us take a moment to consider our life choices there, whilst we grab some air XP and get some planes made, because that we can actually do. I will put the artillery on production there, but I will switch away once we can develop some aircraft. I'll jiggle some factories. So we should now have options for down here. So we're going to go the same motion. Of course, Albania's going to be... We don't have a port. Oh, that's going to be awkward. So even if these guys accept... We can't get troops to them anyway at all. Now that sucks. Who are you in any factions with? You're being guaranteed by other nations. But if the government changes, or if the French government were to change, for example, that's not going to change. Okay, there's nothing I can do there. That's... Now we're in a tricky situation where we don't know where we're going. We're going to have to obviously pay some attention to this. Let's get some new infantry equipment out. I guess we're going to have to spend some time building up the empire at this phase, because we're in a tricky situation, to say the least. Gaining Switzerland doesn't directly get us anything either, as tempting as it is to do. Let us have some more factories, I think. We'll take one there. And let's put a couple... Let's put one there as well. Okay, more factories for the aircraft. Advanced machine tools. Support companies. Useful, but not... Do you know what? We've all got recon companies. We'll get that going. We will. No template for the interwar armoured car. How many have I got? I've got 439. But what if we went and edited that and we put an armoured car in... Oh, I have the points. Okay. That would require... We don't have quite enough. It does save manpower and it does save infantry equipment. But we need 500. So let's wait on that a little bit longer. There's no need to rush that. Poland has cancelled the... Poland... I'm so gutted about that. Because I was going to surround Czechoslovakia, then invade from two sides and just take them. And that was going to be it sorted. Restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Controls all highlighted areas. Right, which are the highlighted areas? So what we need is actually... Oh, actually, all we need is part of this area. That's actually not too hard to do. But this is going to be hard to do. And one or the other is going to be war. Okay. I'm not quite sure how we're going to achieve that, but we're going to have to consider it. Let's get our industry up to effect. So, bring Phoenix Insurance back from the ashes. This will replace the covering for Phoenix Insurance with Phoenix Insurance. We'll gain political power gain, recruitable population, consumer goods. Oh, this is amazing. Just instantly, yeah. Now is the time to not go to war because we can't. We realistically can't. Now is the time to build the nation. The Albanian kingdom signs the non-aggression pact. Excellent. We would... I don't know how useful it's going to be doing this. We'll do the bribery thing. And we've got survivability, which is excellent. And we could actually take cannons 1, because we're still not in a position to do anything with the aircraft. Well, actually, no, that's not true. We are. We are. Let's save that for the future, because I don't think we have an engine capable of carrying a heavy... When we get this and a better engine, we'll put cannons on. All right, we have a plan. It's just going to be slow going to get there. We should get better artillery. Let's work towards that. Let's work towards that. And let's take... let me see. Who can we steal? We can take one off you and one off you at the moment. And let us create our first fighter. Which is going to be very basic. Actually, there's no point. Oh, we could put drop tanks on. And can we also put self-sealing ones? Requires rubber or armor plates. That takes a bit off the range, but it's okay. We've extended the range with the drop tanks. And then we just want 4 heavy machine guns. We'll never get those on, right? But we can have 4 heavies and 4 lights. And that's not bad for an early stage fighter. So we will take that. We'll upgrade that and tick the box and save it. So we can actually get some planes out now. We'll put 2 factories in. Right, so we're going to get some basic aircraft. I honestly think taking Yugoslavia would be simpler than taking Czechoslovakia. But we are plunged into war whichever way we go. The German Empire has just annexed half of Poland. Things are moving. Things are moving wildly. Right, Austrian cavalry. Get training. How low are we on materials? Rubber and tungsten, which we could trade for. I don't really have enough civilian factories to trade. I think that's something we need to improve, so we're going to start looking at that. I mean, I could try... If we're going to end up at war anyway, I think I can hold this line. Are you guys... You're not communist. You're not at all excellent. So, they're not going to join with France in a faction. Spain was annexed. It's gone full Spanish commune. Huh. What a tricky game. Peru and Ecuador have signed a white peace. What a tricky game. Right, okay, we're going to do everything we can to help ourselves now. The Great Austrian Economic Push. And this replaces recovering from economic depression with an economic boon, which gets rid of consumer goods factories' problems, increases factory output, and changes civilian factory construction speed. How nice does that sound? And this will give us the Volksschule, which gains us a Oh, let's get a research slot first. That'll set us in good stead. Yeah, I would like to think that we could take Czechoslovakia quickly, but they have a good army to start with. And I was so relying on attacking from the other side. Huh. Give me your suggestions in the comments, folks. Give me some ideas. But this looks like the easier route. But I think we'll go for Switzerland. I think we'll grab them. Supply-wise, a nice bit of aluminium. A lot of aluminium, in fact. So we may as well take control. We have our land warfare. Right, let's recruit a scientist. We need someone in land warfare. Frederick Meyer. That's the only option we have. 25 political power. Okay, a sign in there. And what can we actually do? We can work on the flamethrower tank. The military engineering vehicles are good. We can't do any of these whatsoever. So that's absolutely fine. We will come to that in a moment. Let's see. We have available planes in reserve as well. Brilliant. So get these guys on training. Whoops. United States declared war. Ooh. Ooh. What? Say again? The United States declared war on the French Commune. All right. They don't like communism. Well, that pretty much dooms the French Commune. Could this pull me into some sort of weird alliance with the United States? They're at war. Oh, the Philippines, okay. I saw the flag and instantly thought Czechoslovakia, but no, it's just very similar. We've got the Recon Company. These are going to be cool to research. A war austerity train. It would not be a bad idea to get out because it's cheap. And we do like cheap, and we could do with better trucks. Oh, if I'm going to do land warfare then, we better at least get some of this done. Because I can't see us having loads of armoured divisions as Austria. We're going to need something to try and punch through. There's no doubt about that. Excellent. That's going to give us a research slot. So we're going to put this into the land warfare stuff. We're going to get the armoured stuff because that'll lead to breakthroughs in land warfare. We're going to go for that, and that's going to boost our economy hugely. Yeah, okay. I can see the improvements coming now. They're just a little bit slower than I would like. And the French Commune going is a good thing. I think. We shall see. Anyway, let me assign some generals. We can now play with some political power, get some advisors in, because we're not urgently going to rush this. I'd rather have this independent until we can take it over with a border next to it, which means going to war with these guys first and not going to war with Italy. God, there's so many bad things could happen to us in this. Right, let's research something. We should do this one, shouldn't we? We don't even have fuel storage researched. We should at least have that. Absolutely, we should have that. And construction. Don't want to drop some infrastructure around places. There's a little bit of oil in there. I mean, I'm going to just add one infrastructure to these. We'll do those later, I guess. We're going to have loads of aluminium when we take that. I guess it's probably more important to crank out some military factories, so I'm going to throw that into there. And let's get building as fast as we can. We have an army to equip. We have no manpower to do it, though. That's the problem. That is actually a serious problem that I'm going to have to overcome somehow. And I don't think we can change... Well, we'll see. I don't know if we can change conscription as a monarchy without being at war for the next level. We are obviously going to end up in a war at some point. We have not enough manpower for the garrisons. Now that sucks. That really does suck. February 1940. Let's carry on going with the infantry equipment here. Oh, I said I was going to get the land warfare, didn't I? Yeah, we better actually just cancel that. And we better go for this so that we can actually get the breakthroughs and get the light flame tanks going. We need to boost what divisions we have as much as we can. So at this point, we have better equipment to put in. And we also can modify the government, which I've held off doing till now. He's still useful to us. So, the Prince of House Starenberg. Is he any good? He's got war support. Oh, he's got fascism support? No. We do not want him. The Prince of Terror. Non-core manpower. I'm thinking that might be actually the time to put this in. Stability, captain of industry and stuff's always good. There's a lot of people in this selection that will boost fascism if you wanted to go down that route. We do not. Like the secretive priest. The financier of fascism. No. This is all bad stuff. A fascist cardinal. A meticulous lawyer. Nope. Communist revolutionary. A silent workhorse. A renowned architect. Now that one is actually quite good. And further than that, we've got the head of the agency and the war industrialist. We would go for the architect, I think, over the industrialist. It's more of a bonus. However, I like the sound of the Prince of Terror because of the non-core manpower. And as that is something that's definitely holding us back, we're going to see if that can generate a little bit. Who's this then? The German Empire is justified against us. Oh man, I think we're going to see the end of the Austrian Empire here. I honestly do. Right, let's delete all these orders. Let's delete all of them. I'm gonna need some help with this. So we're gonna put you on. We're gonna put you on there. Actually, let's do all those. Can we change that over to infantry divisions? Yeah, not enough manpower. I'm going to put you in there as well. And we'll do a little bit of training up. I'm not sure what to do with these four, so we'll have to hold these back somewhere. They're only militia. They're not fantastic at anything. Let's bring the cavalry over here as well. Make sure the cavalry are trained up. And the mountaineers... I mean, this is just going to go bad. If we get attacked, the mountaineers aren't going to save us. I'm going to have to do something. Okay, I think the risk of war... I think the best thing we can do is reform the Central Powers. We can create the factions, the German Empire and Turkey. And we're going to do this. This is not what I wanted to do. But it is now a question of self-survival and preservation. And let's see if we can do this. And the other option is to try and get building forts on the border here. I mean, in the mountains is going to be good. Is that... No, that one doesn't border. Okay. It's a big area to try and fortify. And if they break through, they break through, and we're not going to hold them. Okay. This is interesting, though, because... Let me just slow that down a little bit. If Germany hadn't gone monarchy, if they'd just stayed fascist... They would have done Anschluss and they would have invaded. We would have had to have done the other focus where we join a faction with these as puppets, which means we then can't integrate them, or we can, but it's extremely difficult and a lot of hard work too. And we might have been able to hold them off that way. This method I've gone, we don't. You just can't stop the German forces, the fascist German forces coming in. So by them going monarchist, it allowed us to take this route. But if they're going to declare war on us anyway, we're not going to stop them. This isn't going to be enough. So we have to hope that we can do something else with some sort of faction or pull something out of our arse here that actually stops Germany coming at us. Or we have to hope that they're just doing this for a focus and they don't actually declare war. I have no idea if that's a possibility at all, but I sincerely hope it is. We're going to create a ground attack aircraft now. We're going to give this one 2 engines because that sounds awesome. And... heavy machine gun turret, and because they should have dive brakes, air defense. That helps with naval targeting a lot. Helps with air defense. I wouldn't have thought it would, you know. So we'll maybe not do that one. armor plates. They reduce the range, but increase the air defense. Range, I don't think really matter too much. Air defense 6, but uses rubber. I'll have to do the armor. I think I'll have to do the armor plates. That's the only sensible option there. So we're going for a small bomb bay, and we're going for 2 heavy machine guns for a bit of air attack. There we go. Save that one. Tick the box. Save that. Put that into production with our combat aircraft designer, I guess. So at the moment, I love the model for this, by the way. I suspect we're looking at the end of the Austrian Empire before it's even got going. But that is a very pessimistic view. Let me see what happens. I might be totally wrong. I sincerely hope so. We will get our infantry up to speed as much as possible. What's our template like? We have to protect what we've got and put everything we can into it. I need more support companies that's going to make a difference. Other than making the combat width bigger, which I don't have the manpower anyway, so let's not even go down that route. And let me get 150 and see if we can change. Message from the United Kingdom, which scrolled off so fast that I didn't get to see that either. Let's have a look. What can we get other than that one? If we got the light flame tanks, that would be something. We're going to have better artillery. We're going to have to spend a factory trading for tungsten, I think, here. Can we get it from... I need someone who neighbours me. Who have we got? Well, I guess we can get a land route to somebody. We should be okay. Bolivia, Argentina. There's no one... There's these guys, which we're going to go to war with, so that's pointless. I will take Sweden, I think. And we'll spend a factory there. As long as we can get a land route to them, which we can through... Well, we can. So that's all we need. But we're also short of rubber, aren't we? Yeah. Okay, so we've got reform the Central Powers. I was going to integrate Bohemia. I'm going to integrate Hungary. It's not as good. But self-preservation, we'll get cause, we'll get manpower. The German Empire proposes unification. Wilhelm II of the German Empire has proposed that our nation unify with theirs, seeing as the people are the same, and will feel better protected, unified under one stronger state. There is a hint of heavy-handedness and aggression in the message, but perhaps it would be best to become part of a greater whole. The lesser German solution was a mistake. So if we do this, we join with them and the game is over. So we have no option. We will not compromise on our independence. So it seems to me that no matter... I've never seen Germany go any other way than monarchy or fascism. You do have options as you play as Germany to go... I don't know if there's a communist one, actually, but there's a democratic one, which would be interesting to see. The Tsardom of Bulgaria joins the Central Powers. Okay, that's not directly useful, but that's okay. And Turkey joins the Central Powers. So I have an empire. I have a faction, rather. But they're not in a position to help because there's no land borders and I have no port. But it might just make Germany think twice. No, it does not. All right, folks. We're going to see... There's nothing I can do about this other than to make sure training is turned off and to put aircraft. We can assign aircraft for this, but I think... Well, you know what I think. I think we're done. So we're going to go on air superiority. I'm just going to assign them to... We're over the Alpine region. Let's put them in there. Actually, that's stupid because that's going to fall instantly. Oh well, it's going to do what it does. And we've got ground attack. So let's put those over there. There's no way we can do this. The German Empire has called Finland as our enemy. Alright, so we're going to call our allies and screw them. Bulgaria. Austria calls for aid. And Bulgaria will answer. I don't think that's going to have the Germans quaking in their boots. So this attempt to form the Central Powers, I don't think I mean, we didn't even get a Germany rejects the notion. The trouble is, they might send aircraft. Call to arms request from Turkey. Well, obviously accept. If there's a possibility that we can hold them at the border, which would be unusual, I think it's all going to go. Let's get the cavalry in there, because that was going to be a fort. I think it's gone, hasn't it? Let's just put the speed up. I mean, they've got tanks and trucks and everything, and we have 0 manpower with no option to do any more. So that is interesting. So in our focus tree, we really don't have as many options as I thought we had. And this is now cut off. It's done. We are done. I'm not even going to bother researching. Let's see how this plays out and how long it takes. There's no way that we can resist firepower of that magnitude. They're just storming across us. If we look in the losses, we've lost... Yeah, it's over. Oh, I didn't even make a chance to see how many we'd lost. But with no manpower, no industry, and nothing else, let's stick it on observe for a minute and just click it on pause. So, Union of Greek Soviet Republics took 1 state. The Archduchy of Austria was annexed. Bulgaria was annexed. Holy shit, they're going to regret getting involved. And Turkey, the border gore is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, that one pretty much wraps up. You are currently observing the game through the eyes of the German Empire. You can take over the control of the German Empire. Click here to do so. Let's just do that. Because now we can see what there is. What forces does the German Empire actually have? Should we see what they're researching? Should we see what they're focusing on? So they've gone down. Rally the Wehrmacht. Rally the nation. Denazify. Oh, they didn't do that. Tend to the future of Germany. Which is what? Revive the Kaiserreich. The return of the Kaiser. Is there one of these? Demand the return of southern Jutland. Restore the Brest-Litovsk. Restore Eastern Imperial possessions. Is there one of these that demands Austria? Because I don't see it. Anyway, I honestly don't know what I could have done differently there. That would have been different if Czechoslovakia had actually succumbed to us, because I was so reliant on that. That was the whole nation. It is the strongest industrial nation. It is the best armed nation out of Austria and Hungary, with the possible exception of Poland, because that has a good army. If you can take Poland, this would have been amazing. That would have given us a chance to defeat Germany. But even though I had the chance up to very likely with the political points, they refused, and that just stiffed us, really. And of course, this breaking here, when we should have taken... Poland agreed to join us through the political options, and then didn't join us. I was relying on that to then allow us to take Czechoslovakia. We could have attacked from 3 sides with our limited forces, admittedly. We would have had a few more... We wouldn't have got the Polish troops. They would have stayed with Poland, but we would have had a bit more population. We could maybe have done something. And if we'd have taken Czechoslovakia, I could have then taken the focus to integrate it. So part of me is tempted to go back and try this again. But another part of me thinks, that's just not fun. Playing as Austria-Hungary is not fun. I've not seen... It's a challenge, but it's not a fun challenge. Especially when things don't work. Because your economy is shit to start with. The political options that you have don't really feel like options. It depends what Germany does. And it forces you into one path or the other. But then instantly, as we've seen, that eventually makes no difference. And I think someone else left a comment saying that they were playing along and they got Austria, or they got someone to the point of saying they were going to join and they refused to join, and they were asking, what makes a difference? What are the chances? And I have no idea, actually. I think it's just a random dice roll, and it'll either say they're likely to refuse, it's uncertain, they're likely to join, or they're very likely to join. I'm going to guess this is like 25%, or maybe 20%, 40%, 60%, 80% chance to join. It's just a guess. I don't know the numbers. Someone else will, I'm sure, data mine this on the internet. Checked it out. It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. So, I'm going to have a think about it. I'm away for a couple of days. I don't know whether I want to go again at this and we take the other option, or we just abandon this and go on to the next playthrough, which is going to be Belgium. Because even if we did this differently, where I can get these guys to join me as puppets, and that does work, I then can't integrate them and form the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So let me know your thoughts, folks, under the video. I'm going to have a think on it for a couple of days whilst we weather out this storm, but we're also supposed to be travelling down south, and that seems like a bad idea now with the weather, but anyway. And we're going to see what we do when we get back. And also, I'm going to try and see if there's a patch note about that being bugged. Someone must have reported it. Maybe we'll play Belgium for the time being and come back to Austria later. I like the idea of still trying to do it, but the mechanics we're given with to do it with aren't that great. If that makes sense. Anyway, let me know what you think. We will consider our options in a future playthrough.